Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, August the 21st, 2023. Monday, August the 21st. Well, Chance has some news, potential news. He's sharing with Sharon, and he's so excited. Paul, since he's gone, he's in Portugal, which is interesting because now Heather and Lucy are going to be staying for 3 more weeks in Genoa City. But anyway, okay. But Paul doesn't want to see Christine, so I guess he'll stay in Portugal. Um, Paul recommended that they make Chance the interim chief of police, the interim chief of police. And he's excited about that. And Sharon was excited too because she's like, look, you're less in danger. You're not on the front line. Now, look, I'm not going to say I'm not happy about that. And so he goes, things were getting mundane for me as a detective. People in this town feel they can just bend the law to suit their whims. And they just want me to look the other way, you know? And when he said that, I thought, well, Chance, the same crimes are going to be committed, right? Your detectives, and last time I checked, wasn't he the only detective in the PCPD? Ray's gone. They didn't replace him. You never heard a Chance talking about he had a partner, right? Well, you know what? It don't matter because GCPD never solves a crime anyway, so that don't matter. But anyway, so Chance is going to be the chief of police. And Sharon asked him, are you going to get to be able to wear a sexy suit? Because you would look so good in a suit. And I would think he would if he shaved up a bit too. Anyway, we could tell they're going in that direction. He's excited. He's happy. It's not going to really change too much in the storyline because, come on, detective, chief of police, Chance will be the only one being seen anyway. We might see him with a rando cop, telling them what to do, but that'll pretty much be it, unless they have somebody else go working at the PCPD. Because for a while the PCPD was hopping. We had Paul there, we had Ray there, we had Chance there, and before that Kevin used to work there, and Sharon used to work there. Remember, that's how she and Ray first got familiar, because she headed the crisis hotline and her desk was right across from his. I mean, but now they just don't even show it because look, even Christine don't even have a district attorney office. It's Crimson Lights. So we'll see what they plan on doing with that. But that was pretty interesting. I was happy for him because he genuinely wants a change and he's feeling good about this change. So now let's talk a little bit about Heather. First, Lily and Daniel were going to have a little breakfast. Lily joined him, but she was actually running late on her meeting, but then she pushed it back, and his meeting was coming up in about an hour. And so she leaves. And Heather sees them talking and she sees them kiss. And so she's kind of hanging back. And so then when she saw Lily leave, she comes up to Daniel and she's talking to Daniel and she's saying, how are you doing, Daniel? Is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, he's doing okay and everything. And he goes, thank you so much again for what you did for my mom. And she's like, you know what? Phyllis pretty much did most of the work. And so anyway, she's kind of beating around the bush for something. And he goes, Heather, is something else on your mind? And she goes, why? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I mean, I was kind of avoiding you. And he's like, okay, so why? Why would you be avoiding me? And so she goes, well, because I don't want you to feel crowded. she's going to stay around Genoa City for, she goes, my firm closes down for the month of August. So we've got another 3 weeks. And I was going to stay. Lucy and I are going to stay. And he goes, well, that's good news. And he goes, and he puts his hand on hers. He goes, you would never be crowding me. I don't want you to feel that way. I've never gave you a reason to feel that way. She says, no, I know. I just didn't want things to be awkward, because we separated. I moved to Portugal. You came here, and now it seems I'm here. He goes, look, you're here because well, he didn't say this, but he meant you're here because I called you to help for my mom. That's why you're here. And that's really why she is here, right? She wants to stay, but it seems weird. Her daddy ain't there. You would think she'd want to get back to her man, right? So Paul, Lily comes back. She forgot her tablet. So she completely postponed her meeting until later in the afternoon. And she comes back. She goes, hey, you guys. And so he goes, your meeting ended that fast? She goes, no, I forgot my tablet. And she picked it up. It was on the little table next to theirs, or on the edge of the table. And so Daniel says, oh my God, I'm late for my meeting now. I've got to go. So he jumps up and he kisses Lily goodbye and he leaves. Well, Heather's kind of looking at it, and Lily says, Heather, we haven't had a chance to talk. And I've got some free time since my meeting is pushed to this afternoon. Would you like to have coffee? And, she goes, yeah. So they don't have coffee, but they go sit on the couch area and they're talking. And Lily's filling her out because she saw Daniel put his hand on hers, because let's face it, only 4 months ago, well, maybe 6 months ago now, Daniel was all heartbroken over Heather not wanting to come back to him. He wanted his wife and he wanted his family back. And to some degree, he probably still does, right? And Lily knows that. So she's having pleasant talk with Heather, and then roundabout. So how long you staying? Now that the case is wrapped up, you going back to Portugal? And she's like, you know what? No, our firm closes for the month of August. So Lucy and I are going to stay for about 3 weeks here. This way Lucy gets to spend more time with her dad. And Lily's like, well, that's always a good thing, because Daniel loves spending time with Lucy. And then they're talking about what a great girl Lucy is, really a great kid. And so then Lily says, but wait a minute. You said you're in a relationship. How's your partner gonna feel about you staying away so long? And Heather looks, she goes, oh, that's not a problem. And the way she said it, it was almost like, look, we ain't even together anymore. But she didn't say that, right? But she's like, oh, that wouldn't be a problem. I took a sip. So I guess they took their coffee over to the couch area, because I think she took a sip of her coffee at that point. So Lily's like, oh, okay. And Lily's being cordial and polite. She wasn't snippy or rude, but it's like Lily was trying to find out, when can I get you out of town? That's really what that was. When you leaving, girl? Because Daniel and I just getting restarted, so we don't need you. But the bulk of the show was regarding Connor. Okay, and realistically, everybody, Chelsea's maternity leave exit. That's exactly what this was. This is the way they decided to write her off the show for a while, for probably 6 months, because she stays away for a minute when she goes on maternity leave, which is good. Women should have the option to bond with their babies. They really. So she takes the time, and I'm happy she does. Good for you. So what happens is Connor, Adam is there, because they send Connor upstairs after he's found, after he's telling them he don't want to stay there. So Adam, Billy, and Chelsea are sitting there and talking, because Connor's now gone upstairs, and Adam's like, no, I don't want him going to stay with Anita, no. And so she goes, I know, Adam, but our son, Our son is saying, no, no, no. What happened is, let me see, they were talking. Connor comes back down because Billy is offering suggestions, right? That I think it's a cry for help. And, we're all here to help him. And Adam's looking like, excuse me, but what are you still even doing here? She said, he said, this is a personal family matter. Chelsea and I will discuss what's going to happen, what we're going to do for our son. And Chelsea goes, Adam, that's not fair. That is absolutely not fair. Billy has been a very important part of Connor's life for a long time. And especially with, you were going through what you were going through with the loss of your baby. Okay. And we've been helping Connor deal with the loss of his sister. And we've given you the space to heal. So no, Billy stays. And he goes, you know what, you're right. Does where has he been for college? What have they done? When has he even, throughout all of this, spent any time with the boy? Right? So he backed off of Billy being the bad guy. But in reality, guess what? If it were Johnny and Katie, even though Nate hasn't spent no time with these, not an iota with these kids, we don't even know if Nate can relate to kids. Okay. At least Chelsea knows Billy can relate to kids. They have a kid together. But we don't know nothing about Nate. But if Nate all of a sudden wanted to sit in on a meeting regarding Johnny and Katie with Victoria and Billy, Billy would be, oh no, get your behind up. No. So Billy couldn't be, he didn't snap back at Adam. He just didn't say nothing. And Chelsea did the no, he stays. So then Connor comes back down and Connor says that he found a school that's close to Anita. And the school is for kids with depression and suffer from anxiety, suffer from depression and anxiety, stress. And they're like, wait, what? And he goes, yes. And I want to give you two the information because I want to go to that school. I need help. I mean, wow. And so Billy's like, wow, Connor, you went upstairs and you did all that? Wow. Goodness, that was big of you, been mature of you. Wow. Responsible of you. And so Chelsea looked at him. A school for what? She goes, yes. And I want to go there. And so Adam is just like, well, wait a minute. And so Billy says, hey, Connor, you know what? Why don't we give your parents a chance to talk? Let's go to the park. Let's take a walk. So Connor goes, okay. And Adam is against it. No, I don't want him to go. I don't want my son being away from me. And actually, he was saying that before Connor came downstairs to go to stay with Anita. And so Chelsea's like, I don't like the idea either, Adam, but he's already tried to run away. He's telling us something. We have to look for the needs of our son, right? And so Adam finally was, because he said, she said, because look, you're reacting to what? You lost one child and now you don't want to lose another. Well, you're not losing Connor. We got to help Connor. We have to help him. And he's crying for help. So Adam is like, and then that's when Connor came down. And then when Billy takes Connor away, it shows Chelsea and him looking up online the information from the school. And they're like, wow, this school is A-rated. And I mean, it's funny, Chelsea's looking at the appearance of the school and the more aesthetic things, right? Adam is digging deep into the financials. Adam's like, oh my, it's financially sound. The money coming in. He was doing the whole deep dive into the money, how it's being used, and wow. He goes, huh, it looks good. And so she said, so are we agreed? We're going to go check it out, right? And he says, yes, we'll check it out. So he leaves, and Connor and Billy come back after having a good talk at the park, right? Pep talk. They come back, and Connor says, okay, did you and Dad check out the information? And she said, yes, we did. And I've already made arrangements for us to go see the school tomorrow. And he hugged her with the biggest hug. And he goes, thanks, Mom. Thank you, Mom. And he says, I have also talked to Anita. And Anita is going to let us stay with her until I get us a place of our own. And I thought, see, I like that, Chelsea. And that's one thing Connor told Billy at the park. He goes, with me going to this school, I'm probably going to be taking Mom away from you, and I feel bad. And he goes, don't feel bad. That's not that far. Matter of fact, I'll bring Johnny to visit you. And he already kind of knew my mom ain't going to just let me go. My mom is going to move there with me, right? Because Chelsea will move. So I'm happy she made that decision. No, because look, Connor could have stayed in the dorms. At one point, she was saying Connor could stay at the dorm, at Anita's or the dorm. And then the more she thought, she's like, no, no, no. You know what? I could commute. I could telecommute my job. I could remotely work from wherever I'm at from home. And if I need to hire somebody to be more my eyes and ears, I will do that. But I'm moving where I'm gonna be with my son through this. So that was really, really good. And look, let's face it, how often do they show Marchetti, the inner workings of Marchetti? They don't, right? So Chelsea, we're just gonna be getting reports from Summer. Chelsea's really doing well working from wherever she's working from, and it's thriving and blah, blah, blah. That's all they're gonna do. Excuse me, we never really saw Marchetti offices anyway. They were always in the Jabot lobby because it's part of Jabot. So Chelsea's absence will be easily not even missed. Now, Billy, on the other hand, I don't know what Billy's going to do, because now Billy, and that's one thing Chelsea told him. She goes, right now you're going through this really hard time with your family. I hate leaving you. He goes, look, I'm fine. You are going to take care of Connor because he's the most important person. He goes, yes, I'm going to miss you, but we're going to see each other. So, they kiss, and I thought, nah, that relationship's going to fizzle out. What we may end up finding out and seeing is Billy and Victoria heating back up again because they're on again, off again anyway. They fall back on each other like there's no tomorrow. So that was it for yesterday's Young and the Restless. Let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. LaShunta says, I'm over Sally. And then Chasing Sally, that's why Connor's leaving. I don't know what you mean about Chasing Sally. That's why Connor's leaving. Are you talking about Adam chasing Sally? That's why Connor's leaving? No. Connor's leaving because he's having a hard time in life. And who, look at what he's had to work with, what he's had to deal with. Remember after Chelsea last year, after her episode, her near suicide, he took it upon himself to worry about her and try to, smooth everything over in life for her. And that was too much for a little boy. Victor's wrong, but she was warned several times. He did that because of Adam. Low down. Chloe told her, Nate kissed the ring. Vicky's gullible and suspicious. Vicky's gullible self is suspicious. Why did he give Nate information on Sharon, Nick, and Adam? Billy always caves to her. This is the second time Billy asked her that. Billy knows she knows telling Billy the truth. What about what? She knows telling Billy the truth. Um, she pushed out Nick, or she knows that Billy is telling the truth. Maybe that's it. She pushed out Nick, so I don't care about her. Now she sees him, but he's getting in good with Victor. I don't see why they asked Adam to work with them. No, actually, Victor put all that together. Really, Victor put that little dream team together for his own, Victor-ish, Victorism. Um, when have Nick ever wanted to be in business? Really, he never has, not with anybody else. He's mad about Sally. He hates Adam, but he begged him to save Faith. I don't like how they did that without Adam, me making all those decisions. And Monique says, I don't feel bad for Sally. She was warned about Victor. She didn't listen. She seen how Victor treats his family. And Sabrina says, Victor is so nasty. It's all going to backfire on him. You know what? But rarely does anything backfire on Victor. I would like to see Sally go to Jabot. Chelsea is getting ready to go on maternity leave. I think Chelsea comes back. I think when Chelsea comes back, Chloe and Sally will work together well. No, I can't wait until Nate gets his. I hope Victor and Victoria set a trap for Nate, for him, and he falls into it. Just my thoughts. My thing is when Victor handed him all that, I thought he's testing him. That's honestly what I thought. Victor knows what's in there. He knows the decision that should be made, a good decision, and he's going to see if Nate can come up with a good decision on his own. I think truly that's what Victor is doing, right? So now we have, let's see. So yeah, I do believe. Now, Sally going back to Jabot and working for Summer, I really don't see it. I don't see it at all because there's just too much bad blood, and Summer would be totally the boss. So I don't see that. Um, I think they're going to just make it like Marchetti is running like a fine tooth comb, with Chelsea working remotely. And now we have Belinda says, hi, recap lady. Thanks for the great recap. I was not surprised that Victor pulled the rug out from under Sally because he is upset with Adam about the McCall incident, and he's using Sally as a pawn to punish Adam because Victor always pawn to punish Adam because Victor knows Adam really loves Sally and it would hurt him deeply. But remember, isn't it supposed to be Nick that really likes Sally, right? Victor is so ruthless and doesn't ever give Adam any sympathy, knowing he is still grieving over the loss of his child. It seems like Victor's enjoys hurting him and trying to break Adam every chance he had, no matter what the circumstance. Adam and Sally made Newman Media a success, and Victor snatched it right from under them both. Yes, he did. Yes, Adam was so wrong for the blackmailing scheme, but in his defense, he wanted to prove to Victor that he was like him because he told Victor, you've done this same thing. And look, Victoria has too. They were sure fine with Victoria trying to commit corporate espionage and insider trading with Nate, right? They were cool with that. Oh my goodness. Or worse in Victor's past, right? However, no matter what, Victor always gives Victoria and Nicholas a free pass, although it's more Victoria than Nick. It's like Adam is Victor's personal whipping board. LaShanta says Ashley really loves Tucker. Tucker told the truth. Now Ashley knows Kyle sleeping with Audra. I don't believe Diane. She could have stopped this war. And O'Dear says, who leaves their spouse on their wedding night? It was that Bland that he had to get out of their bed on the night of their marriage and go have a drink. This marriage is over before it even got started. That was strange that Tucker left, right? Um, and Brooklyn says, I'm hoping Sally could fill in for Chelsea, even though she works for Summer. Maybe Summer has a change of heart concerning Sally, especially after losing her baby. Nope, Summer might have some sympathy for Sally, but definitely not a change of heart, because guess what? Sally's baby wasn't her daddy's baby. That wasn't a sibling of hers. So we'll see. We'll see. And I think Chelsea, because see, ultimately, if Sally comes to work there, Sally would be working for Chelsea, because Chelsea is over the design part. So I don't know if Chelsea would want Sally. If Chelsea needed eyes for her at the Jabot, it would be Chloe. Chloe's not a designer, but she don't have to be a designer to be the eyes and the ears and the good go-between. Chloe would be perfect for that. I would like to see that. So anyway, everybody, that's it. That's it for Comic Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.